Every system has a hole. In this case, we hit 2 PSOs, which is reality, guys. That happens at the craps table, okay? Hey everybody, welcome back to Mark the Point. I'm going to give you the ultimate and the absolute best way to play the Iron Cross. The Iron Cross is the most popular craps strategy out there. You cannot find a craps player that has never heard of the Iron Cross. I mean, it's unless you're an absolute beginner, that the Iron Cross is the most popular system. However, it's very controversial. A lot of people don't like to play it because you're losing money while you win on every roll. That's what happens. You win on every roll except for Big Red. You're also losing money on every roll. Let me show you why. Let me show you how we're going to set this up. We're going to start off on $60 on the 6 and 8, and then $50 on the 5 and 9. Okay, you're also going to have put $20 into the field. What you have here is a $190 layout on your initial spread, $190. You have a $1,000 bankroll, but let me show you how we're going to do this because we're actually going to build in a regression to this Iron Cross system, okay? Why I feel like this is the perfect scenario or the perfect ratio of bets is because the 5, the 6, and 8 are set up to pay you $70. Any of these bets will pay you $70, okay? Now, if you don't know what the field bet is, remember, the field bet has every bet except for the 5, the 6, and the 8. So that means you'll lose this bet if you hit a box number. We're going to lose this bet, but we're going to replace the field back out there, and we're going to rack the $50, okay? Now, if you got 2 box numbers, again, this bet, again, will pay you $70 if you hit another box. We're going to lose this bet. We're going to replace it. But now we're going to do a regression. We're looking, if you get 2 box numbers, a 4, a 5, a 6, or 8, you're going to regress. What we're going to do is we're going to regress the field down to $10, okay? And we're going to pull everything else down to a quarter level, okay? So when you do that, let me show you what it looks like. Now you remember, $190 was your initial investment. That's $175, $85, $95. So 2 box numbers, a 5, a 6, and 8, with the regression will get you out of the hand. You have your full investment back, plus you have bets sitting out here ready for you. Now let's just say you don't get 2 box numbers. I'm going to set this back up real quick. Okay, let's pull this back. Now, let's just say you don't get 2 box numbers, but you get 1 box number in a field bet, okay? Well, let me show you. Let's say you get a box number. So we're going to pull this back. Okay, it's going to pay you $70. We're going to go back out there, rack the $50, okay? Now, let's just say you get a field hit. Remember, that's a $20 bet. It'll pay you even odds, which is $20. We're going to rack half. We're going to make it look like 30, and we're going to pull the rest back. Make it look like 30, stack half of it. So on your next hit, what you're hoping for is you're hoping to get another field bet to make it pay $30, even odds, and then you regress all the way back down again to that $10 bet like we did a while ago, pulling these bets back. And if you look here, let me show you where we stand at that point in time when that happens. Okay, so you'll have 100, 50, 75, 85, and $95. You'll still be in profit out of the hand, and now you've got a perfect setup for an Iron Cross, because watch what happens with step 2, okay? This is kind of like after you're out the hand, after you've already regressed, you're set back up at a perfect ratio because either of these bets, the 5, the 6, and the 8, will all pay you $35. You're going to lose your field bet, so this will come back. You're going to replace it, again, assuming you have a $10 table. Now, you would not make as much if you have a $15 table or a $25 table because you have to have the minimum on most casinos. The field is a minimum bet of whatever the table minimum is. Sometimes a Royal Caribbean can let you do as a prop bet where you can pay less. Either way, we're going to stick to standard casinos where whatever the table minimum is what your table field bet has to be. In this case, this would be a $10 bet. Now, if it happens to be a $15 bet, of course, you'd have to add an extra $5, and you can still rack a quarter, so make it look like 15. So not winning as much, you're only winning $20 versus $25 on every roll. Now, I would suggest do not play this. I'm going to pull these bets back. Do not play this at a $25 level. In my opinion, I would not play this at a $25 level if it's a $25 minimum, because at this rate, what will happen is if you hit one of these bets, you're going to lose this and you're going to get paid 35. So you're going to replace it back. So you're only racking $10 into your rack, which is okay if you're okay with a $10 win, but you want to be able to rack more than that. Racking quarters is probably the better route to go. All right, guys, I'm going to roll this out. We're going to see how we do if we can make some money on the perfect Iron Cross regression. I love this way of playing it. I love the ratio that we play it at. Let's see if we can make some money. Let's hit some live crap rolls. Here we go. All right, here we go. We got our bankroll set up. Now we are playing with $1,000. In case what you're looking at here, you have 400 in blacks, you have $500 in greens, and $100. That's $1,000 total. So we're ready to roll. Let's go and get a couple of dice. We are going to wait for the point to be established. Remember, if you are the shooter, you have to play the pass line or the don't pass. I'm acting as if I'm not the shooter. So we're going to roll this out. It's going to be on the 5, the no field 5. Okay. So let's mark the point on the 5. Now, what you could do here is just tell the dealer, $170, or just tell them 60 on the 6 and 8, and then 50 on the 5 and 9. However you want to tell them to do that. Now, remember, your field bet is going to be self-service. So that $20 is going to be self-service into the field. You'll make sure you put that down by yourself. Okay, guys, the point is 5. Let's see if we can get a couple rolls here. Again, this is the Iron Cross with a regression on the perfect ratio, okay? All right, perfect. That's going to be a 415. That is our point right there on the point, okay? So what's going to happen is we'll lose our field bet, okay? That's going to pay us $70. 50 pays 70. I'm going to replace the field bet. I'm going to rack the $50 back into the rack. Now, here's what I suggest. When the puck is off, don't put your money in the field. Let's move it over to the side. We'll bank it in just a minute because we don't want to have that bet lose in case it hits another number that's not ready for it. So let's go ahead and get another point established. Oh, back on the 5, just like that, 4-1, okay? So we're back on the 5. We're going to put that $20 back into the field. All right, here we go, back in there, ready for the Iron Cross. Look at it. Looks like a cross. All right, here we go, guys. And that's going to be the 516. Okay, that's perfect. So that's going to pay me $70. Remember, we'll lose our field bet here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to regress this down, okay? So let's pull these bets back. We're going to go $10 into the field, okay? Pull this bet back and make it look like $30, $25, and $30. This right here is at 25, 30, and 30. $10 bet here. And remember, all this now is profit, just to show you what we're looking like here. That's 100, 75, 85, $95. So you're $5 in profit right now, which is great, right? It's great to be in profit at any point in time. And now we're just going to roll this out. You have options. Do you want to press? You can press. It's totally up to you. That's going to be a 3, 1, 2, 3. So that'll pay me $10 for the field bet. If you want to stack it up and rack it, like stack 1, rack 1, that's up to you, however you want to play it out. And there's going to be another 1, 2, 3, craps 3. Perfect. It's going to pay me $10. We're going to do the same thing. We'll stack 1 and rack 1. The reason why the Iron Cross is so controversial, by the way, is because people don't like losing money every roll. You win on every roll, which is 100% right. Win every roll of the craps, except for the 7, except for Big Red. But you're also losing money if you hit the 5, 6, and 8, because you're losing your field, but you're winning here. But again, it covers it, hopefully. All right, here we go. Let's keep it going. And there's going to be the 10, the 6, 4, 10. All right, perfect. That's going to pay me $15. That'll pay me $15. What you could do is you could stack 1, rack 1 like that, or you can just go back down to your original bet at $10. It's totally up to you. We're going to go back down to the original bet. I like that little progression system. Stack 1, rack 1, and then stack 1, rack all of it back. All right, that's going to be on the 5. That's another point here. So let's pull this bet back here. Let's go $10 back out in the field, 25 back in the rack. Actually, that is our point. Let's turn it off. So we're going to put this back into the rack, get it out there in just a moment. Let's get another point established. Oh, there's a 4, 3, 7. The great time to hit it. Remember, our bets are off. We are not working our bets. And it's going to be on the 8, 6, 2. Mark the point on the 8, okay? All right, now, here we're going to go here. We're going to put our $10 back out here into the field. And we are ready to roll. Here we go, shooter. And there's the hard 8. That is the square pair. Okay, so you're going to lose the field. All right, that's going to still pay you $35. Put the $10 back into the rack. Actually, put it into the rack like this because the point is off. Again, all of our bets are off. Let's go, shooter. It's going to be the 516. How about this? Got a nice little roll here for Mr. Randy. All right, let's put the $10 back just like that. At any point in time, do you want to start pressing this thing up? You absolutely can. maybe on the next shooter, if we have of course, that's a 7 there. Maybe let's press it up a little bit, show you what we can do if we have a pressing pattern after you get out the hand, okay? So let's pull all these bets back. That is a 7, okay? No harm there. We did get out the hand and made a little bit of money, okay? So let's go ahead and do it again. Let's get another point established. We're going to roll the dice. Again, we are not the shooter, so we do not have to play a pass line. That's going to be the hard 8, okay? Let's drop down the money to the dealer and say 60 on the 6 and 8. And then 50 on the, I should there. Make it look like 50. 50 on the 5. And then $20 in the field. Remember, that is self-service. Boom. Ready to roll, guys. The point is on the 8. This is the perfect iron cross. Oh, not so perfect, right? Because what happens on a 7 if you do not regress or you do not get a hit? Absolutely, you lose everything, okay? This is a vulnerability of the strategy, okay? So meaning, let's make sure you understand, you do not always win at craps, okay? This is a big hole where you lost $190. $190 because it was a 0.7 out. We got the point set, collected nothing, hit nothing, lost money, okay? Let's go and get another point established. Here we go. And that's going to be a 10, 6, 4, 10. Okay, mark the point on the 10. Let's drop it down again. Let's go 60 on the 6 and 8, and then 50 on the 5 and 9. And then $20 in the field. All right, let's go. And there's another hard 8. Look at that. We've hit that's 3 already so far. Okay, now that's going to pay me $70. I'll lose our field bet. Let's pull that back. We're going to replace it, put $50 back into the rack. That's hit number 1. Looking for one more hit on the box numbers, and that's another hard way. That's going to be the hard 6 this time. Again, that'll pay me $70. I'll lose the field bet. Okay, pull that back. I'm going to put $10 into the field, and I'm going to regress everything back down to quarter level. Okay, everything comes back to the rack, and now we're back into profit, which is great. And here we actually, well, not profit for our rack, profit for the shooter. So make sure we understand the difference between profit for the shooter and profit for the rack. For the shooter or for the rack, we're down, just a little bit, you can tell. All right, that's going to be the 5, no field, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to try to press this up a little bit. Let's try this, okay? So that'll pay me $35. What we could do here is put $10 there, which is our field. Let's go and drop the quarter back into our rack and just press it up by 10. Okay, press it up by 10. That way it'll get you a little bit more juice out of that 5 if it hits again, okay? Not a full pressure, just about, a half unit pressure. And that's going to be the 617. That doesn't do me any good. So we're going to pull these bets back again, okay? Again, this is part of it, guys. Got 2 or 3 rolls, and that is it. That's half a craps right there, guys. Let's turn the puck off and get another point established. All right, it's going to be on the 6, the 4-2, easy 6. All right, let's mark the point on the 6. Shut down some more money. All right. By now, I think you got the idea, right? $20 into the field, and we're ready to roll. Here we go. And that's going to be the 415. Okay, no field 5. We're going to lose this. It will pay me 70. Let's stack that back in. Put the $50 back into the rack. Okay. And there's a 6. How about that? 4-2 this time. All right, there's our point. That'll pay me $70. It'll pay me 70. I'm going to lose this. Okay, the point is going to be turned off. And now at this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that, even though we're not going to put the money in the field yet because our puck is going to be off, but we are going to regress these down. So these are going to come back to our rack. Oh, this is coming back to our rack. Let's go ahead and put this in here just for now. And boom, ready to roll. All right, let's go. Let's get another point established. It's going to be on the hard 4. Hard 4, smart the point on the 4. And all we're going to do is just drop down our $10 for the field. Again, we're going to try to press this thing up a little bit. Let's see if we can get a good roll out of it, all right? Here we go. And there's an 8, 6-2, okay? So again, we're going to lose our field, right? That will pay us $35. So we're going to replace our field. We're going to rack the quarter. But in this case, let's go ahead. We're going to press it up basically 2 units. But you're going to need some singles to do that. We're going to press it up. Let's go ahead and get some single action here. So I'm going to give you $10 in ones. We're going to press it up by 12. So you're going to drop the dealer basically $12. You rack 25. Press it at 12. It's basically like a half press if you want to call it that way. And there's just another square pair, the hard 8. Check us out. Okay, that is going to pay us 50 for 1. That's a $42 bet. It'll pay us 50 for 1. So we're going to rack this. Of course, we will lose the $10 in the field. So you're going to try to ask for some red chips. We're going to do that now. 5 chips. Replace the field back out there. Put the $15 back into the rack. All right, here we go. Let's do it again. And there's a yo 11. Perfect. All right. So that's going to pay us 10. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to stack half, rack half. Okay. All right. And there's another hard 8. My gosh, the hard 8s are strong. And I think that would have been my hard way parlay if I'd been playing it, right? Okay, so that's going to pay me, again, 50 for 1. Okay, the actual bet is $49. We're going to lose our field, okay, just like that. At this point in time, do you want to continue to press? You absolutely can. Or you can press another bet. You can press the 6 if you want to. So we could actually do that. So let's press the 6. Okay, just like that. Put the $50 back into our rack and go back out into the field for $10. So again, totally up to you what you want to press. You can press any number that you want to. You don't have to press the number that hit, just for the ones that are new that don't know that. Okay, here we go. And there's a 6. That's perfect. I'm glad we pressed it. Okay, because that's going to pay us, again, 50 for 1. The actual payment is $49. So 50 for 1. Let's just go ahead and collect that. So put that into the rack. We will lose our field. Let's go ahead and pull that back. Let's get a couple. Actually, let's go ahead and grab some reds here. So that's 25, 50 in reds. $10 back into the field. The rest of it back to our rack, just like that. All right, here we go. And there's the hard 4. All right, that's great. That is our point. That'll pay us $10 for the field. We're going to stack it up and rack it, stack up half. Turn the puck off, and actually we're going to move it to the side. Our bets are going to be off. Our field bet is off. And it's going to be on the 4-3-1-4. Okay. Mark the point back on the 4. All right, here we go. And there's going to be the 5-1-6. Okay, that's great. Oh, actually, let's put our money back out there in the field. Let's do that. 5-1-6. So that will pay us, again, another 50 for 1. Do you want to continue to press something? We absolutely can. Let's lose our field bet, by the way. We can actually press the 5 now and put the quarter back into the rack. Okay. And then put back out there for $10 in the field. All right, here we go. And there's a yo 11 mid-mo Chiro. That'll pay me $10. Stack it and rack it. Stack half, rack half. And there's another hard 8. My gosh, the hard 8s are so daggum strong. That is, and I'm not even playing the hard ways. I love playing the hard ways. In case you haven't watched my hard way parlay videos, I love playing the hard ways. But this is the iron cross, okay? We're not playing the hard ways today in this video, but that still will pay me $49 or 50 for 1. I might as well, I've got a hot shooter. I might as well go ahead and press this thing up a little bit, make it look like 60, and stack the rest out. Now, I will lose my field bet, so let's go ahead and pull that bet back. Okay, but let's go ahead and put this into the rack, put this into the rack, and make it look like 10 in the field. At any point in time, if you want to raise your field bet up, since these bets are up, you can do that. Make it look like 15. It's totally up to you. And there's a 4, Big Joe 3-1. Okay, that's going to pay me $10. Stack half, rack half. Now remember, that is our point. Let's turn it off. And here we go. There's going to be on the 9, the center field 9. Mark the point on the 9. Okay, put our bets back out there. I'll tell you what, one more hit, and we're going to go ahead and make this thing go back up to $20 in the field. How about that? That's going to be the 5. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You're going to lose this bet, but you're going to get paid $70. Let's go ahead and go up to a $20 bet. $50 back into the rack, just like that. Now all we got to do is just make that 6 look like 60, and we'll be good to go. Okay? Actually, I put an extra bet there. It should only be 20, not 25. All right, that is going to be the 6, the hard 6. Not hard 6, the easy 6, excuse me. That's going to pay me 50 for 1, okay? The actual bet is $49. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go up to a $60 bet. Make it look like 60. I will lose this bet, okay? All this is going to come back to my rack. And let's go ahead and go back out there for $20. Now I'm back to the original. If you want to get to the, once you get to the original, if you want to regress back down, you can. But you got a hot shooter, you might as well take advantage of a hot shooter if you got them. And of course, there is the 437, right? Whenever you say that, right? You got the hot shooter you're looking for. That's okay. We made a lot of money on that shooter. Not gonna argue with that, okay? Let's go ahead and look at what we have here. Let's do it for one more roll. This will be the last shooter right here, okay? Last shooter, here we go. And there's a 437. That is the come out winner. Remember, all of our bets are off. We do not play the come out. That's gonna be the 516. Mark the point on the 6. Let's drop down some more money, okay? Remember, it's going to be 60 on the 6 and 8, and it'll be 50 on the 5 and 9. And you'll say, can I get some check change? Go and do that now for some reds. Okay, $20 in the field. Boom, let's go. Let's see if we can get some field action so I can show you how it happens if you hit the field twice, okay? And there's a knot. That's not. That's going to be a 6-1-7. So that's a bummer, right? Because you was hoping for a good roll. In this case, we had 2 PSOs. 2 PSOs is never good, right? Because you don't ever retain any money, and you lose almost every bit of your profits. That is your whole of this system, okay? If you don't get 1 or 2 hits, if you get a PSO, you're basically going to lose all your money, of course. Let's go ahead and see how much we made. Let's check this out here, right? So what we have here is we started with $1,000. That's 400. This is going to be 500 right here total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's $900. That's 900. Looks like did we break even? We lost a little bit maybe. 50, 75, 85, $89. We lost $11, guys. This is $11. Well, you know what? Maybe it's not so perfect because you remember every system has a hole. In this case, we hit 2 PSOs, which is reality, guys. That happens at the craps table. Okay. So if you like this kind of system, let me know. Most people do not like the Iron Cross for that very reason, because you're not getting paid enough. In this case, you did have a couple of regressions, which helped. But again, if you're not making enough money on whenever you don't have a PSO, then you're really going to hurt yourself in the long run. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the content. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, hit that notification button, so that way whenever I roll a video out, you are notified. All right, guys, until next time, mark the point and stay awesome.